Hello everyone, this is your best friend in real estate, David Stoltzman, here a little bit later at night. I put this together for y'all. Also wearing my blue blockers because this fluorescent lights will absolutely scorch my eyeballs. Also makes me look a little smarter. So anyway, here's what we have. I'm going to show you the cost of waiting to buy a house this year. It's dependent on interest rates. Interest rates affect mainly buyers, sometimes sellers. It depends what the situation is and what the market looks like, but mainly it affects buyers. And so let's get started on this. I'll try to go as quickly as I can. So January 2018, interest rates were about 4%, give or take a few basis points, but for the sake of this argument, let's just say 4% is what it was. You are buying a house at $300,000. About 69% of all buyers in DFW are in this price range or lower. So we'll just go with $300,000 for this example. Closing costs $7,000. Again, that varies, but we'll use it for this example. Down payment, we're going to say 10% here. That's typical, but you can put down 3.5%. You can put down 50%. It doesn't matter. But for this example, we're going to do 10. So you put down $30,000, 10%. Your loan amount is what's left over after your down payment. So 300 minus 30, 270 is your loan at 4%. So at 4%, your principal and interest payment looks like this. So it's going to be $1289, about that. Taxes, we're in Dallas, so taxes are going to be high. Let's say taxes are $650, and then insurance is $190. PMI, private mortgage insurance. So if you go less than 20% down payment, you're going to have some PMI tacked on. Those numbers will change depending on who your lender is, what you put down, who they're selling the loan to at the end of the day. We don't need to worry about that. These three numbers, for the sake of this argument, are going to stay the same. Stay the same. So that's pretty much what it looks like if in January you bought a house, $300,000, 10% down, and your interest rate was 4%. Forgot to add these up, but we can figure it out. So let's jump forward to December. Let's say that you say, oh, I'm not going to buy a house now, I'm going to wait. So if you wait, they're projecting that interest rates are going to be 5% by then. So let's take the same exact house. So $300,000, 7% or $7,000 closing costs, 10% down payment. Again, same loan amount, but this time at 5%. So what does that look like? Well, your principal and interest payment is going to jump to $1,450. So kind of a difference there. That's an extra about $150, $160 a month. For this example, those numbers would change at a different price point, but same exact house, you're already paying an extra $150 more. Taxes, everything is the same, so $650, $190, $175. So that's what that looks like, and that's not counting any HOA. You'd obviously add that in too. But so the cost of waiting just from 11 months is going to cost you about $150, $160, sometimes $200. For some people, that'll push them out of the market. For some people, they'll have to buy a lesser home. They'll buy a home that because they need this price and they can't get that one. So now here's something interesting, and this is probably going to blow your mind. So in order to make this payment right here, this number, at that interest rate, that's going to cost you an extra $30,000. So again, if at 5% you want to have that payment, it's an extra $30,000. So there you go. That's also a cost of waiting. You basically have to put 20% down to get the same exact payment because it went up just 1 percentage point. Now, here's something else that's going to blow your mind. So for the life of this loan, let's say that you kept this house for 30 years, because this is a 30-year loan, kept it for 30 years, never sold it, and then never refied, nothing. Here's what you would pay. Over the life of the loan, you would pay $464,048. So over 30 years without refining, keeping the home, a $300,000 house is going to cost you $464,000. Now for this example, by just increasing it to 5%, the interest rate on the same exact house, over the 30 years, again, same thing, kept it, no refi, 30 years you own a home. That number is this. 521,790. So just by increasing the percentage by 1, you end up paying an extra $55,000, $60,000 over the life of the loan. So that's, I guess, 3 different ways that waiting could cost you. Again, it'll cost you in your monthly payment. It could cost you an extra $30,000 if you want to keep the same payment as January. And then over the life of the loan, obviously, with the increase in interest rate, you're going to end up paying about $55,000, $60,000 more for the same exact home. It's just, you waited. So hope that's clear. If you guys have any questions, just call, text, email me. If you want to know how I got all of this information, it's really simple. I have a table that I put together on Excel. Happy to email it to you. And then if you have, like I said, any questions, call, text, email me. Happy to help you. Please follow me on Facebook. And more videos to come, guys. Thanks a bunch.